Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's RM's Tech here. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to design an interactive drop-down menu in Figma. And also, I'll teach you how to design a date picker. Most of the time, UI designer just design a static drop-down menu whereby they'll just impute the text that they want it to be in the UI design, and also for the date they'll just type out the date and nothing will be interactive. So today I will be teaching you how you are going to achieve this. When you click on this, you have a drop down that is going to work and you can pick it. So I'm picking New York now, and I also can click on it again and choose Chicago. I can also choose Washington DC. So I'll have this. So this is actually a UI design tutorial I'm creating for this YouTube channel, which has it's a full app for bills payment and flight booking and some other things. Any bills you just want to pay, including card payment and every other thing. So the same thing goes to the set destination. If I click on select destination, I can choose either New York, Washington DC, or Miami. Let me choose Miami. You see, everything is functioning here. So as for the date also, everything is working. You see, I can scroll down, which is very lovely. You see, I can scroll down to my birthday. See, and I can choose the dates. For now, I think I typed up to 11. So if you're designing, you set out all the day. Like we only have 31 days every single month, so you're going to select that. So I'll make it August 5th, and let me go back to 2000 and maybe 2009 or something like that. So that's for the departure dates. And if you want to select the number of adults, you can also do the same thing. So I'm going to choose 4. So this is how you design something like this. I'm just teaching you this tutorial in case you want to use it in your next project. So I just designed this small sketch just to give you a good feel on how everything is going to work. Let me do a recap again. What you are going to design here is an interactive drop-down menu. If you're a web developer, drop-down menu is not a thing. It's not a hard stuff to do. If you're an app developer using Swift, React, anything, drop-down menu is a very simple thing. So in UI, most of the time, people hardly do something that is interactive. So today I'm going to show you can use this drop-down menu every single time. You can use it on any time you are designing something. So whereby if you click on select destination, you can see all the lists in the drop-down menu and you can choose anyone. Let me change it to Chicago. It's going to work. I can go to destination where I'm going. By default, it says select destination, right? So if I'm choosing the date, I can choose maybe Washington DC. So that will be it. And for the departure date, you can scroll up and down. These are the latest way of date picker that people use these days. People don't really like selecting all those calendar and stuff. It's kind of stressing. And you can select the number of days. We are set up to 11 or 10. So I can choose 3 and everything is going to work and it's going to stay there. And you can click on continue. So this is the app I'm actually designing for this channel. I'm going to teach you how you're going to do this in the next video. But before I do this video, I'm just going to teach you how you're going to design something like this in it. So this will be a kind of video that is teaching every other person how to do a drop-down menu and also how to do a date picker. So now let's get started. So open a new Figma file, new Figma design file. Then let's assume we already have this design. This design is not a thing. Just add a frame, iPhone 14 Pro Max. Then you achieve this. You'll just curve the edge. Let's see with 30. Then you have something like this. Then you can change the background to this particular color. You can have something like this. So that's how I get to that point. So let's do the main thing we want to do today. So the first thing we want to do today is the drop down menu. So before that, we're going to add a text which is going to have form. So this is form. So that's just that. So the next thing you are going to do is click on the rectangle, drop it, reduce this size like this, like the size of a text box, and increase the width. So let's check the width in our design so we'll know the kind of width we're dealing with. So let's just do something like this. No, fine. So you take it out, Now that you have this, you change the background to white. Immediately you change this background to white, you add the text into it. So you're going to type select departure, change the text color to black. So that we have that. Now we need to add an icon for drop down menu. So you just go to Font Awesome and pick the drop down icon, which is angle facing down. Then you put it here. Then you can reduce the opacity. So you just make it 65%. So you end up having something like this. So that is it for that. So now the next thing we will do is highlight every single thing like this and group it. Right click, group selection. So after you have done that, you Ctrl D to duplicate. Ctrl D if you're using Windows, Shift and down arrow key. So you have something like this. So immediately you have something like this. Click on Ctrl D again to duplicate. So do it like 5 times the number of drop down menu items you want to type. So now that we have done this, so you can start changing this text to what you need. So I'm going to change this to Chicago. Then I will delete this icon. I don't need it. Change this to, let me say, Honolulu. And you change this to Texas, and you change this to New York. Good, that is it for that. Then you start deleting this icon. Click on it. Good. So now that you have this, you right click every single thing like this and group it. Ctrl G, or you right click and click on group selection. So after you have grouped it, then you now create a component. So immediately you create a component. Let me zoom out and put this here. You create a component. So the next thing you have to do is you click on the component that you just create, right click, scroll down to main components and add variants. You have something like this. In case you are lost, let me undo it and do it again. After you have created components, you right click on it. You know we have group 6 now. Right click, scroll down, you see main components. On the submenu, you see add variants. Click on add variants. You have something like this. So now let's expand this variant that we just created. Let's expand it like this, So now you can drag this design and put it here so you understand it better or see it clearer. So now the next thing you have to do is click on this group. We grouped it. Then you click on delete. You click on the third one, click on delete. Click on this again, click on delete. Click on the last one, click on delete. They are still there, but we delete them because they will not show. So this other one here, let's make this select departure dark. Let's make it bold. Yeah, so this is cool. So when they click on select departure, they have all this list. So the next thing you are going to do now is click on this and duplicate. Ctrl D. You have something like this. So the next thing you are going to do now is change this text over here to Chicago. So let's remove the bold and let's just make it regular, and delete the icon here. Let me zoom in. So now after that, you see this has not disappeared. It's okay, it is gone. So you can start deleting the remaining group. So click on delete, 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 delete. So immediately you have this now, you can click on it again and duplicate, Ctrl D and Ctrl D again. So that is it. Let me zoom out. So now that we have duplicated this, so we are going to change this remaining one to Honolulu. That is the third one. We'll change the text to Honolulu. The third one we have here is Texas. You change it to Texas. We need to duplicate one more. Ctrl D. Then you change it to New York. So you click on the text. Just type New York. So that is it for that. So now time for prototyping. So in order to prototype this, you go to prototype. Let me zoom in so you see what I'm doing. So the first thing we are going to do is connect this one to the next frame. So you have on click, you see it will be changed to, then you scroll down and change it to Smart Animate. Very easy. So you do the second one like that. So in order to do this, you have to click on the group. Let me zoom in very well. What I mean by group is you click on the Chicago. Since you want to work on Chicago, anytime you click on Chicago, it's going to show Chicago. So you connect this Chicago straight to this Chicago. Simple as that. So you connect Honolulu. Click on Honolulu itself. It's active. Then connect Honolulu to this. Simple as that. The next one is Texas. You activate Texas, double click on Texas and connect to Texas. Simple as that. And the last but not the least, which is New York, you activate New York, double click on it. It's active, so you connect New York. So that is it for that. So immediately we have this, there's something else we need to do. We need to bring back all these variants back to their source. So in order to do that, you click on this here, you take it back to the main source, which is this. Take it back here. You do it for the other one too. Click on Texas, then take it back to the main source. That's the main source, yeah, this. You do it for Honolulu too. You activate Honolulu and take it back to the main source, and you also do it for Chicago. Take it back to the main source. So that is it for that. So the next thing we have to do is take this particular stuff into our design. So you go back to design, double click on this. It's clicked, so you Ctrl C, you copy and take it to where you want it to appear in your project. So I'm gonna paste it here. So there's something I need to do. I need to create a stroke for this. Oh God, no. Okay. I need to create a stroke. The color of the stroke, I'll just make it light, make 30%. So I'll have something like this so you can see it very well. You understand? So now if we run this, you see how it's going to work. So let me run this particular design I've just done. So while it loads, here's what we have just done so far. It has a light stroke, which is 20%. So by default, let me drag it and drag it in again. Network. Okay, which is now showing. So now if I click on this, it's going to work. So I can change it to Honolulu. I can change it to Texas. You can change it to New York. You can change it to Honolulu. You see, everything works. Chicago, everything works perfectly. Everything works very easy. So you can duplicate this and use it for the destination parts. You understand? So now let's do for the date. So in order to achieve this particular date, this date that you can scroll up and down, this particular one, so this is how you are going to achieve that. So the first thing you are going to do is add a frame. Then you drop it here. Now just add a frame and just drop it. Now let's make the width 150 and make the height 80. Yeah, so we can start reducing it like this. Reducing it like this. Good. So we'll curve it a little bit. We'll curve it with 10. By default, we have this. So you go to effect and click on effect. So you to have a nice effect. So the next thing you have to do is click on text. Type your text. So the first thing we'll do is for months. So you're going to type January. Duplicate, hold your shift key and bring it down. So now you have this. Let me zoom in. So you can duplicate again, Ctrl D. So you have it so much. Now you can start changing it to the months. So February, this one March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So now that we have this, you can highlight all of them and centralize it. They are centered now. So we can change the fill to black. You see? And you can add some little effect like medium. So this make sense right now. So now the next thing you have to do is right click on it. Click on frame selection. Create a component. Now you have created a component. So the next thing you have to do, okay, yeah, I think we are on the right side. We create a component, or we create a frame, then we create a component. You understand? No, we have to undo. I think I missed one part. We will first of all make it a component. Then we'll make it a frame selections. Yeah. So the next thing you have to do is go to prototype and change it to horizontal scrolled. Go to design, click on clip to content. Then you can drag it into this frame. So this is it. It's inside the frame. So let's take it inside the frame. Good. So now that we have make it fit into the frame, everything can fit together. Everything fits perfectly. Good. Everything fits. So I can make it fit like this too. Good. This is so perfect. Good. So we can change this name of this frame to months. Good. So the same thing we do here, we're going to do it for days. So the next thing you have to do is add a frame. So we're going to use this size 70 by 37. 70 by 37. You will cover with 10. Good. So we'll take it here, we'll let it align. And don't activate stroke. Undo stroke, activate effect. So you can change it to day. So now we have to duplicate it in order not to do it again. Duplicate, Ctrl D. So you do this one for year. You change it to year. So now we have to create for day. In order to create for day, all you just have to do is click on text and type 1. So you group it, Ctrl G, you group it, then you duplicate, Ctrl D, then bring it down. Bring it down again. Then now you can continue duplicating, Ctrl D. This is enough. So start changing the content inside it to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me zoom in to see what I'm doing properly. Eight. What's wrong with my mouse? Okay. 9, 10, 11. Good. Now that we are done with this, you can highlight every single one of them and take it to the middle. So you will make the color black. Now you have made it black, you create a component, then you create frame selection. So the next thing you are going to do is take it into the days frame. Yeah, so we have this. We can still add some little effects to the fill if we wish, but let's leave it like this. So the next thing you are going to do is click on clip to content, go to prototype and make it a vertical scrolling. So as I click on clip to content, I'll be able to reduce this size and make it like this. Then bring this down also and make it like this. Perfect. Simple as ABC. So the next thing you have to do is for the year. You repeat the same process. Click on text and type 90, 92. Ctrl G to group. Then you duplicate, Ctrl D, then bring it down a little bit. Now you have bring it down, you can continue duplicating. So now we're going to highlight everything. Now let's change the content first. Let's change it to 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. So highlight everything and centralize it. Bring it to the center. So it's already centralized now. So let's change the fill color to black. Now that we have it as black, highlight everything, create a component, right click on it, change it to create a frame selection, click on clip to content, go to prototype and activate vertical scrolling. So you go back to design and drag this into your frame. So drag this into our frame. So since we have already clicked on clip to content, we can bring this down. Then we have 1992. Make this down also. You have this. So now that we have something like this, we can start adding the header. So for the header, you add a text and type months. So make it black. So duplicate Ctrl D, take it to the next one and Ctrl D again. So you have that. So for this, you change it to day and change this to year. Good. So with that, you highlight everything and drag it into your design. Good. We have dragged it into our design. So let's run it now. I can scroll for this match any month I want. I can scroll for the day. So see, I can take it to number 5, and for the year the same thing. I can change it to 1994, and that's how you create an interactive modern date picker. See, this is very interesting. If a user is using this app, they can easily just scroll and everything will be. Let me change it back to screen to screen. Sorry. So I click on this. A user can easily do this and just scroll, and they'll easily get to where they're going instead of picking it in the calendar way. And for the day also, they can scroll down to any day, and for the month they can also scroll like this. So the first thing we have created today is interactive drop down menu. You can choose Honolulu. You choose any other thing for Texas, and for the dates you can scroll like this and you understand it. So that is it for that. So in the next video I'll be dropping I'll be teaching you guys how to design this bills payment app that you can use to buy airtime. You can use it to buy airtime and do every other thing. You understand? So inside the same app, you are going to learn again this interactive drop down menu that I did under airline. So that's where I designed that. So see you in the next video, and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel for more amazing design and tech tricks. One love.